Welcome everybody to Heroclix Breakdown, where my background makes you want to astronaut pop. Look at that, it looks delicious. And where I break down either previews of stuff or go over things. Some people think I suck. I don't care. I just enjoy doing this. It's fun. I love Heroclix, and I love talking about it. So, there's been so much going on with Heroclix. I've been pushing it off, because I'm like, I'll get to that because they found these pictures. I think it was at Gen Con, and then I was like, I'll wait and get my shit together, and then I'll post on it. And then I'm like, well, more stuff came out. I'm like, then I'll wait on it and I'll talk about it. Then it's just been one thing after another. We're getting so backed up now. I have to cover a lot. So what we're going to cover first is Battle World leaked pictures. And what I'm going to do is, a lot of people were confused about who and what are on there. I'm going to do my best to identify them and explain a little bit about them to make things a little bit easier for you to understand, and maybe go pick up the comic and read some about it, because some of these are really cool. So the first cover, I'm not covering the Thors. The Thors I love. It was the Thor core. It was Doom's army, and again, the rumor is we're not getting Doom. That's what people are saying. I hope it's not true. It makes no sense at all, because Doom, let's just name him God Doom. I'm sure we could get around the lawsuits and stuff, but he picked so many Thors, and we're gonna get a bunch. And I think we're getting more in the what's the other set called? Earth X. This one, it looks like we got Ultimate Thor, which will be funny to see that team ability again. The Destroyer Thor, and then it looks like Dino Thor, but there also was Lizard Thor, which was Kurt Connors. There's a lot of Thors. So, that being said, not much to really talk about them. Just know that Doom built an army during Battle World, and his army was full of every Thor from every reality. So we got Storm, we got Groot already released, and he came out in Thor, and they didn't give him the Battle World keyword. It really bums me out. It makes me upset and sad, because I knew as soon as I saw him, I'm like, no, Thor core. And these guys aren't getting Thor core either. They're getting Battle World, maybe something else. I don't know. So there is a glare on this one. Heads up, the guy with all the hands and shining, it's very easy to see that is Iron Fist. It's Iron Fist at his finest. And then the other guy is Tony Stark. I don't know why it's doing it like this. It's almost doing it like it's like I'm like I don't have control. They're not letting me control it. Okay, so going back, so you can see Iron Fist on the far right, and then yes, so there he is right there. So people don't get confused who's that. The other person, you could tell it's kind of like Iron Man, but it looks like a dude with glasses and a goatee. Easy to tell that's this guy. But we do have him in the Goblin suit from Spider Island as well. We saw that figure with him wearing the helmet during previews. I can't remember what pictures those were in, but I don't have that. But you have to remember, everybody down here, if you look on the bottom, were different versions of monsters. And I'll get into that later with Captain Marvel. But that pretty much... Whoops. I'm going way too far. That pretty much sums up what you see there is Spider Island, and on top is the Spider Queen. She's been in the comics before, but she was a big part of the Spider Island, and once Battle World came out, they brought her back. So you have to remember that there was a Spider Island story already. Then there's the Battle World version of it. So that being said, that kind of shows those three. And then on the bottom, we have the Thors. And we kind of covered that. This is my wishful thinking. I love Wolfcap. If anyone played the old Heroclix, that Wolfcap was really fun. Now he's a bit outdated. But for 100 points, he's still pretty cool with Flurry and Blade's Claws Fang. Just Animal Soldier. He's just such a cool character. This is my wishful. I threw a couple wishful, like, I hope this happens. And I really want a cool, snarling looking Cap. I think it'll be awesome, to be honest with you. So on the other side, we have two way different comics that I didn't think they were going to touch. The Battle World was like, I didn't focus on these ones really. I liked Renew Your Vows. I liked Old Man Logan a lot. I liked the Ghost Riders were really cool. So these were a little different, but 1872, actually, screw it, we'll get into Weird World first. Weird World is weird. It actually follows along. Morgan Le Fay is on the front right there, front and center. She's the villain, and she's been a big villain for the Avengers before. She's on the variant edition right here of #1. She's kind of the big, it's Wizard of Oz-ish, big witch. And then we have our main character is Archon. And I think I'm saying that wrong. Hope I'm not. He's been around forever. He's on the far left behind her. So he's kind of our guy that we're following through the story. He's been in the 616 for quite some time, dealing with the Avengers. And, you know, he's just kind of not really a bad guy, more so understood in a way. But in Weird World, it's a lot different. He's looking for his people. So he's traveling through everywhere, all this crazy places. And there's a map, and I think he puts it with this guy, Warbow, who is such an old character. People don't realize that he's really old Marvel character. You can see him behind Akron, if I'm saying that right. Warbow is behind him with the sword and with the bandage over the eye, or the whip, or whatever the heck that is. He's got his crossbow too. And that's what I'm putting my money on who that is. I mean, I'm not 100%, don't get me wrong. But he plays a big part in the story. Actually, it's not his sword. It's Akron's. It's Acorn's sword. Akron's sword. But that's who I'm willing to bet that is. And a lot of people were just like, who are these World people? And why are they here? Blah, blah, blah. But that's basically the three guys right there. It's a really interesting concept. It's far from a lot of the Marvel stuff. It does kind of go in its own little thing, but it does kind of have a crossover eventually with other Marvel characters. But it's really different. It's really weird. Again, wishful thinking for me. This ain't going to happen for sure. But there's, let's go a little bit further. Okay, there's Apelantis and all these monkeys that live underwater. I know they're not going to get made, but I would love to have, because there's like the man things, I think, as well. It's really trippy. But I just want them to have Atlantis, but they won't because they're Apelantis. But they took over Atlantis and they're apes. Can't we just call them Atlantis and get us a bunch of these monkeys in these suits? I don't know. I think that's awesome. I really, really, really like the idea of that, but we're not going to get that. It's such a weird set we're getting. This is almost weirder than what's on here. 1872, totally different story as well. This is a Western story, and it kind of is cool because it fits with the Elseworld Justice League. You can straight up have a whole cowboy team, and let's get to and there's our boy right there. There's Arkin right there. And to tie in with the Spider-Verse, or Spider Island, that's Mary Jane, Spinnernet, something like that. Sounds like I'm trying to say Spider-Man. And then I believe, if that's not the Prime, but I'm pretty sure it's the Prime, Miss Marvel while she's a vampire during the Spider-Verse. So that's what that is. And that's a good better look at it. Nice clear shot right there. And I guess talking to the 1872. So these are also two characters from it. Why am I drawing a blank on him? Red Wolf. Red Wolf is one of the main characters of it. We're getting him on the side with Gertrude and Lace. That is playing in the Young Avengers Runaway storyline that happened during Battle World. It's going to be cool to get more Runaways. I love the Runaways. Watch the show. The show's awesome. This is Iron Man in the Western. He's very steampunk. So just to point out, I didn't put a picture of that in here. To point out where we looked right here on the far left, the guy that looks really big, it's weird because he looks like hulking almost. That looks like it's going to be Tony Stark. That's how he looks in the comic. And then we have Steve Rogers up front and Black Widow on the right. So those ones I could guarantee So if anyone's hesitant not knowing who those are, I can guarantee it, because right here is one of the covers, and there we have Red Wolf, and then we have Natasha Barnes, who is the Black Widow, and that's who that is. And that other picture, of course, I don't know if her hair is like that. Kingpin, Wilson Fisk plays a big part in it as well. Bullseye is really cool in it. But there's Steve Rogers. So we know for a fact that Steve Rogers will have Steve Rogers as a cowboy. Really awesome. My wishful thinking one, I don't think I put the picture on here. Did I put it here anywhere? No. My wishful thinking on that one is there's a Dr. Octopus that's like a robber, and he has like these weird, like, mechanical, Wild Wild West, horrible looking, like that movie would have made it, but he has like these, 6 arms, all holding guns, robbing a bank or robbing people. And I just think that would be just an awesome looking Click, just because the stupidity of just shooting guns off like crazy. But hey, it may work. But I don't. Again, these are wishful thinkings. I don't think we're going to get it. My best bet would be getting the Cap Wolf, if anything. I hope we get all those monsters. He'd love monsters to death. But I don't think we're going to get the Atlantis apes and then the Doc Ock. So then we got Earth X previews. Not so much. Now, so I'm going to go back real quick. So I think on any of these. Okay, that's what I'll do. So I want to make sure what the symbol is on for those ones. Earth X. This is just small preview. And then we have, I believe she goes by Venom in it. Then Black Panther and Hulk, where Bruce Banner is a kid controlling the big Hulk. I never was a big fan of it. Avengers Million BC is the chases for the, I believe, Battle World, which is odd to me, because it doesn't really fit, but it does say Battle World, so I didn't get a good look. You know my rules. I don't try to look at things and read it before they come out. And this is, it's not Doctor Strange, it's Agamotto, which is basically Agamotto. Basically, the person that's named after, it's, his eye of Agamotto, that is his eye. This is the first Sorcerer Supreme. So it looks like we're going to get, I'm going to make this a lot bigger. We're going to get a bunch of them, and then they're going to all probably have some weird, like a cool trait that deals with them. It says the all-seeing when I'm not going to get through saying this. Agamotto uses perplex or probability control. He may target opposing characters regardless of range and line of fire, unless that character has keyword. Is that, lowest point character on at the time. I don't know, but that just sounds cool though. Anytime you get to proper perplex without range or line of sight. He's protected Mystics. That's really cool because Mystics is kind of weird now. Opposing characters within 3 squares can't use proper perplex. That's really awesome. When a friendly character named, I seen this, that like they're going to help out a different version of them. When a friendly character named Doctor Strange, and by the way, I want all these, I haven't read it yet, but the concept of the idea of the BC Avengers was really cool. And they have Avengers keyword, so you can make some really cool Avenger teams. He's 170 points or 90. 170 starts off with a meaty 19 that looks empty though. I don't think that's invincible. Yep, it is invincible. Never mind. It's right here. I'm using my mouse, you guys can't see, but yeah, so he does start with invincible. That's a very powerful click for 170, it looks like. I don't want to sit here and say it's 120 and get my hopes up, because that's a little too broken. 170 seems just about right. 12 pin psych. It doesn't look like he's power cosmic or anything, so he will be able to be outwitted. But yeah, so if he helps out another Doctor Strange after resolution, remove an action token from this character. He sees through hindering. Pretty cool. I'm really excited for that. Yeah, so that was that first one. And let's make this. I'll have to be kind of blocked here, and who cares, right? It's just my mug. This is Mary Jane we saw earlier. 65 points. Spider-Man team ability, not bad. Battle World. but it's called Battle World. What does that say? Legacies, I believe. Spider-Man family, armor, and celebrity. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose a friendly character named Spider-Man and a standard power he can use. If you do, until your next turn, that character can't use that power. And Spinneret, that's what it is, not Spinnernet. Spinneret can use it. Then on her last click, kind of sucks. She gets the flurry plasticity and automatically breaks away. Not bad. I'm not blown away by that. Her movement's kind of cool. I guess if you get a broken Spider-Man, but to be honest, I don't see much hype behind her. This looks like a super rare. This is gonna be another Thor. One of the Thor core. But she also is a Baroness in that storyline. So it's Maria Hill, and she's called Big Boss Hill. She's Asgardian, Battle World, Other. That's what a lot of people are getting, Battle World Other, because there's certain Battle Worlds. Sidestep, Hypersonic, and Battle Fury, but only if friendly character has been damaged by an opponent's attack since his last turn. Not bad. I mean, it's a give and take on that. She's 85 points, starts with Invincible. PD, ooh, I like PD ability. PD ability is really cool. So she's got Leadership, Perplex. We get that in the first 3 clicks while she has 4 damage, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of feeling that. 85 points, not bad with Super Strength. 10 movement. But so she has Leadership, Perplex on the first 3. Perplex to target another character. You may instead modify combat value, except damage +2 if all targets share a Battle World keyword. Oh, they get it if they share a Battle World keyword, or 2 if it has a different -2 if it has a different Battle World keyword. Interesting. And her Battle World is Other, so that's how that one's gonna go. She's not bad. I actually like her. Flies, Hypersonic, of course if someone damages someone, so that's kind of meh. But start off with Invincible is pretty nice, and then you got the 4 damage up front with Super Strength, Leadership, and Perplex. That's not bad with PD ability. Already thinking of some fun teams I could build with that. Iron Fist. This one I remember people talking about, and I saw a little bit of it, and it blew me away. Again, I try not to read them until I actually see it, so we get my real reaction over it. Jacing opposing characters can't use Flurry, Precision, Combat Reflexes, or Close Combat Expert. That is crazy. 75 points, too. You can't outwit that. You can't just say, I outwit that. I can't use Flurry or whatever. Same thing, the Incarnation. If another Iron Fist is there after Resolution, remove an action token from this character. Then the 2 white boxes that start off with, he's got 12, 12, 12, or she's got 12, 12, 12 in the first 3 clicks with Precision. It has super senses at 18, 18. So it's a really get in there type of character, ignoring characters for movement. I really dig this. I want this chase bad. I really like this. It's simple. Super senses is always a hit and miss. Hit or miss. Charge Flurry. If Iron Fist is adjacent to opposing character, she can't become the target of range attacks. That's also freaking awesome. Yeah, I want that piece. 75 points. That's pretty solid. Super Sense is a nice way to get out of it, but you could do some extra things to try to bump her up in a way, maybe, to make it harder to hit her. I don't know, but she's got that 12 attack precision, and then she's got Charge and Flurry. You're hitting for 3 2 times back to back. It's just insane. And then the thing she shuts off is mainly for me. What I like is combat reflexes and close combat expert. That's just crazy. If I'm stuck with you, you're not getting a bump of 2, and you're not gonna be able to bump your own 2 up to hit me. And that's just crazy. And then this has been shown. I honestly cannot tell you what is what right here, because I believe this still falls under. I don't think it's EarthX. I don't think. I believe it still falls under Battle World, but I just don't know who's who. I think they're for some from the Spider-Verse, because that looks clearly like Spider-Man. I was in and out of those comics. That guy that looks like an Ox, I believe, is Ox from Battle World. The serpent looking fella, he looks a lot like Trigon, but he could definitely be from Spider Island in monster form. I'm willing to bet with the green and the purple that could be Green Goblin. Again, a lot of these I read and they get so mixed up. But we gotta jump to this other weird thing. So these were posted up in our magazine that we get from our distributor. We're going to have a strategy game. So it's interesting. It's called Strike Teams. One player is a villainous mastermind. The rest heroes. So you're almost D&Ding with Heroclix. You must work together. You know, there's powers, abilities to complete your various objective. Each hero is unique with individual play styles. So it's like we're going to get special clicks that go in here. This one looks like we're getting Daisy, Agent May, Iron Man, Cap, and Baron Strucker. And it looks like people play. It's going to be $60 MSRP, which is crazy. It's October. I just want to know what the pieces are. Is it going to be like the DC game where they're legal? And if they are legal, we're going to want these, right? Because they're probably going to make them good. We'll see. Who knows? And then we have another one that's Avengers Initiative, which is a scenario type thing that you play with that first one, you can add on to it, and this one gives you Ultron and Loki to fight against heroes. And by the looks of the picture, it looks like we get Vision, Black Widow, Coulson, and I can't tell that middle one. If I had the magazine, I probably could, but I want to go with like Falcon or something. Falcon or Vision. So it's scenario things, but I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Like, are we getting like clicks that are playable for us and regular clicks, or are these just some side things? But I wouldn't think. I thought it was more of a gimmicky thing. These are kind of like the things they released with Thor: Dark World and The Hobbit and stuff like that. So I didn't really think we would see something like this again. But these are really high price points. With these high price points, they better be giving us some stuff, you know? Like, if we're getting just 5 clicks in here and just some, like, paper, that's a lot for $30. And same with the original one. But then, last but not least, it's early sneak peek. So they're calling it X-Men Adventures, and this is great. We just had Batman the Anime Series. Namaste. This is very cool. This is the X-Men anime series. This is what it is. The anime series. X-Men Adventures was a comic book form of the cartoon. So we're going to get all the cartoon characters, or a lot of them, from Adventures. I don't know if that was sub-themes or not, but you don't need it with Batman anime series. They did it with other DC shows. Will they do it with this? Will we see Spider-Man? Stuff like that? I don't think so, because there's so much you could do in here with the Brotherhood. We have Callisto from the Morlocks. You can do Morlocks. There's just a lot. And then what's exciting is we might see characters that haven't got made yet. Gambit might get made and be badass, because I don't like any Gambit they ever made. There's just a lot they can do with this. So I'm super excited. This is the last thing they showed. DC, I don't know where you're at. You're not making anything, I guess. But we're getting Wrestling Heroclix maybe before you. I don't know. We're hearing nothing about DC. So we know X-Men Adventures will probably be after Earth X. But main focus right now is on Battle World. And I try to give you guys as much as I knew of it. Sorry if it wasn't enough. And but go read it up. Look it up. Google. Look up the names of the characters. Look up the books. See what's worth a read. I don't know what else is going to be in Earth X as well. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get more of some things. But anyways, that's all we have. I talked way too long. People probably don't watch this whole thing. But this is just for me to go over and talk about my assignment and basically how I feel about Heroclix coming out and kind of give you a little info if I have some. But yeah, X-Men Adventures is going to be where it's at. Trust me, everyone's going to lose their mind because Batman anime series was awesome. We had a lot of fun with that. It was really... I mean, they've been doing, like, I don't want to be on the T tier of WizKids, but they've been doing really good job on the balance. And we really enjoyed Batman the Anime series. So I can only imagine this is going to get better. Hopefully we get a new Omega Red, even though we got one in the X-Men set. But I think he's already rotated. And he wasn't like my Omega Red I wanted. So we'll see. Let's hope for the best. But thank you guys for watching. Check me out later. We'll be doing a podcast soon. Heroclix has been pushed back because I do more on the videos, but me and the wrestling podcast got to mix it up a little bit and give our ideas of what we can see and what could happen with WWE Heroclix that have been announced, and it's going to happen. We're excited. You get excited. Things are looking good for Heroclix. Thank you guys. Bye.